Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, let's try understanding what really happens between the conflict of the thought process that happens when we talk about individualistic goals and aims setting. And we often tend to have that in a group. I actually wanted to experiment this, so I went for Friends Union and saw there was some kind of conflict that happened in my mind when I heard that. So what was that one conflict that happened was, it was not coinciding with what I wanted to really understand, or if my understanding is correct or my understanding is coinciding with them. Most often it so happens that, not most often, quite often, that the very goals and aims of the individuals differ from one person to another person. To share you an example, I went to one place called Kaliburgi, wherein I got an opportunity for speaking, or that is an opportunity given by one of my close classmates. She told there is an opportunity, why don't you give it a try? So I went there and tried to understand what exactly they are looking at and what is it that they want. So there was some kind of conflict, some kind of mismatch between the expectancy and my expectations and their expectations. Unfortunately, the girl or my classmate who showed that felt bad. Yesterday she was telling. The point is, why should one individual who is showing think that the expectancy and the expectations of the individual match? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. This is where our parents, and this is where the schools, and this is where colleges are trying to contaminate an individual's mindset. They come with one mindset and try to push that too hard. When they do not meet, the one who shows that opportunity, or the one who is telling that this is what is the thing that you need to do, is not matching, they will feel bad and they start cursing him or her, telling that you did not do this, you did not follow this. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't work that way. Understand this. See, the goals and aims of an individual are unique in themselves between individual personalities. Plus, the competency levels, or how competent you are, also matters. Think about it. It's not that you try to thrust or put that seed intentionally, forcibly, come what may. It's the ugly truth I'm telling you. Why are we committing this mistake? Is my question. Try to understand his or her, what are his or her goals and aims. What is it that he is having, that whether he is having that competency level? Why don't we have that broader sense of thinking? Why are we trying to put that thrust, is my point. Don't try to thrust. Don't try to push too hard about what you call your ideas to others. Your ideology may be one thing, the other person's ideology may be one thing. Think from that perspective. Not only that, today it's a very hard point, very harsh point. Having bank balance, having a house, or whatever it is, makes one's life comfortable. What is it that they are getting at the end of the day? In the last 2 seconds of your life, when one dies, what is it that he or she is taking away? Why are we not thinking on those grounds? Let's be honest on this. Let's not count on the assets, fixed assets or movable and immovable assets, or whatever it is, or tangible assets or intangible assets, which we are seeing. Why don't we have that thought process? Why are we not able to understand the absolute reality of the and true nature of goals and aims? Have you ever thought about it? It's not my anger. This is what is my, frustration that comes out. We often think, unfortunately, for good and bad, that came into my life. And whatever scriptures that I am seeing, translation or translation of shlokas or translation of the Upanishads or Vedas, I see tons and tons of versions. While we forget the absolute reality of the subject, absolute translation of the subject, exact translation of the subject. And that has happened and is happening from centuries, and years. We have, some a fake babas or fake, seers who are like mushrooms. They all talk about various subjects, various religious aspects. Why don't we look at the exact reality, ground reality? By the way, I'm speaking a very harsh reality which one needs to understand. Not that I'm trying to contradict, or not that I'm trying to really, you know, asking them to change. I'm not telling them to change. Let them not change, but try to understand the exact ground reality of the subject. From the root. If this is what you are trying to say, that I can trust on this is what is the subject, then ladies and gentlemen, whatever subject that is being taught, or whatever subject that is being told, is just one out of tons of versions. It's not the exact one. The exact goal and aim of a human existence is to understand himself or herself deep within, considering himself outside of your body. Let's say like this Ramchandra is speaking. This Ramchandra existed, he is existing, nevertheless, but he never existed. In case if he dies also tomorrow, he would be there roaming around in the world, outer world, extraterrestrial world, or wherever it is. Not only Ramachandra, everyone for that matter. That is the reason why I say this world is an illusionary world. Don't try to get attached to it. Stay detached. And this is where again you need to have the correct definition of your goals and aims that you are setting. This is very harsh reality and hard truth. This is not the case of one Ramachandra. This is the case of hundreds of Ramachandra who are existing in this universe. Can we try to exploit this and explore this and redefine this? Can we try to? Let's be honest on this. This is for every parent. This is for every individual, by the by. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen, wake up. Understand the true definition of the very words called goals and aims and its definition. It will take you to the spiritual bliss. And spirituality doesn't mean that you sorry about that. Spirituality doesn't mean that, since you are Swamiji or whatever it is, your thoughts would stop there. Try not to discriminate. Think from that perspective. It's a very hard point that I am talking about. And today, every parent, this is for every parent, by the way, are trying to put that thrust, not trying to understand the exact meaning of how exactly these goals and aims are to be defined. Why these texts are to be read, what these texts are talking about. Let's say I am saying whatever that you are seeing is an illusion. You are in an illusionary world. Though you are seeing that, it has a very deeper meaning. Understand it, ladies and gentlemen. The reason for telling that this is an illusionary world wherein we are staying, though we are looking at it, is the happiness that you are getting now, or whatever it is, stays for 2 or 3 minutes. Let's say, 4 hours, or 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. After this, again you get back to the cycle of thinking, Arey, I need this, I need that, I need money, I need this. Again you are getting back to the same structure. Understand this? Let's say you buy a car, you buy a house, you have a bank balance, you have everything that is needed. When you die in the last 2 seconds of your life, what is one thought that comes to your mind? Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very hard and harsh question that one needs to question himself or herself. Have we ever thought about it? Then why are we getting carried away with this, with this moment of time? Yes, problems will be there. Life itself is a problem. Human existence is a problem. That doesn't mean you uh, you do not you are like differentiate you are you know you're not your goals and aims, you do not put it away, right? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very hard and harsh question that one needs to ask. Try to define one question. Am I living in the real world or illusionary world? What is that one real world I need to stay? What is that illusionary world I need to stay to understand myself? If you are able to discriminate both of these, you can clearly define and have a proper definition and proper understanding about how to design, how to work towards your goal settings and aim settings. Stay blessed. Have a blissful life. May the Guru's grace be with you all. Have a nice day ahead.